Rude Nation, welcome back to episode 30 of the RudeBoyz Power Hour Plus. We are the RudeBoyz. We are Sherm.
We are Tom.
And we are talking about our favorite symbiote in the Marvel Comics universe. But not the MCU, but whatever. We are talking about Venom.
Yeah, Venom. Venom.
Yep, Venom. Yeah, Venom. Get him in your Venom.
Good start. Yeah, my goal is my goal is to not remember this 30th episode like I didn't remember my 30th birthday.
Okay. Well, we got that coming up soon, too.
Yeah.
Don't you worry, Tommy, and don't you worry, Nation.
Boy.
But yeah, we're talking all about Venom, because Venom came out in movie theaters recently, so we're going to talk about comic book arcs, everything fucking Venom, all right? Relax. Get off my case,
We
okay?
will briefly go over Spider-Man 3. We will not touch that too much.
Yeah. I mean, that is the... Okay, wait, we'll talk about that later. But first, Tommy, what do you got in your mouth?
I have our good friend...
Ooh.
Miller High Life.
Listen to that Foley, that sound. Oof. That's
And,
amazing.
Got a little Jameson waiting on deck
Do
as
you
well.
know? Oh, wait a minute. Is that what's in front of me too?
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness! Is this a RudeBoyz special?
It's a RudeBoyz special, just because you know,
OG RudeBoyz special.
been a while.
Sure has. Sure has.
So you know we gotta get it get it in when we can.
This is true.
So, and let's clink it up and get that RudeBoyz special going.
There you go. All right, Nation. Remember, it's a shot of whiskey and a swig of Miller. So, clink, drink, clink, drink.
Oh,
ready? Clink it up.
clink. Yeah, I fucked up.
Wow.
Yeah, it doesn't feel too good, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Scumbag.
Some party fouls going on.
Yeah, whatever. There's gonna be a lot of party fouls coming up soon.
That's true, yeah. So, Nation, coming up in the next couple episodes, we got the Party Cast Cash Bash 2018, sequel to one of my favorite episodes, which is the Cash Bash 2017.
Nice.
Which Tom really doesn't remember that great.
No, I don't.
Little DMX is probably looking around someplace to take a dump.
Or looking for something to eat.
Okay.
Hey, you found something in there.
Something in the corner of the basement.
And probably
I'm in the recording studio.
Basement recording studio.
We got plans going on. We got Halloween coming up. We're going to talk about it. But first,
let's get into this jam-packed Blitzkrieg.
Blitzkrieg?
Blitzkrieg. Video game news.
Hit it, Tommy.
Starting it off.
Yep. Ooh.
Tasty rumor. Rocksteady to make a Justice League game.
That was unnecessary.
This shit is fucking this happens.
This happens like once every year.
Yeah.
Rocksteady. Because like Rocksteady, they made the Batman Arkham series games. So there you go.
And I get so excited when I hear about this Justice League game, and I'm like, give it to me. Give it to me now.
Just give it to me.
Nope.
Nothing yet.
And then it falls flat.
If anything, I think the success of the Spider-Man video game for PS4, that should really kick people's asses into gear as far as pumping out more comic book related video games. Because we used to live in an era, I would say the PlayStation 2 that era was definitely the highlight of once every 3 months you would get like a Punisher video game or a Spider-Man video game or an X-Men video game or whatever. But that doesn't really happen very often. Now you got the Batman Arkham. I mean, and you got Spider-Man, but you got shit on mobile, of course. But big-time console shit, you don't have it. So give it to us. Give it to us.
Give it to the nation,
Give it to the
Rocksteady.
RudeBoyz. I'll be greedy. Give it to me.
Yeah. Stop sitting on this shit and just give it. Give it, you fucks. No PlayStation Experience this year.
That's their annual little convention they do, a little wank fest. But they do announce a lot of good stuff. Some stuff off my mind I do not remember. I feel like they talked about the first PSX they had. They talked about the specs for the PS4.
Okay.
So that's cool. Little DMX is shaking and scratching.
Shaking, scratching.
And they're not doing one this year. Which is, once they did Spider-Man, that's pretty much it for their season. Really, I don't know what else is coming out Sony-wise.
Yeah.
They got the PlayStation Classic coming out, which is neat. But yeah, they got some VR stuff. They got some stuff in the pipeline, but
yeah. I mean,
it's always fun watching.
I'm
people announce shit.
I'm surprised they didn't bring anything to Comic-Con. I'm really surprised. Actually,
well, we talked about this last year. The New York Comic Con is kind of at the end of the con season, right? San Diego Comic Con's where it's at.
I also kind of feel New York Comic Con is also more like they actually try to stick to true of what Comic Con is, like comics.
Also was mentioned last year.
Yes,
I did my research.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad one of us do.
Mm-hmm. It does. Next,
we are gonna kick your ass.
We are not gonna take that.
Out there somewhere, there's a AAA Harry Potter game being made.
So this was leaked. I saw this on my train ride in the morning. Someone recorded on their phone, like a sizzle reel footage of a AAA, good-looking Harry Potter video game. And, like, RPG mechanics, it looked like, character creation, running around, open world style. It looked fantastic. I tried to find it again. Warner Brothers took it down.
Sure.
So that does kind of add a little credence to the rumor mill, but I think it's coming. No, man, I think it's coming.
Yeah, we'll probably see that before the Rocksteady Justice League game.
Probably, yeah, because this looked. I mean, at least footage exists of this thing.
Right.
So,
sure.
Yeah. I got a lot of good hope. I mean, you can only go from up with all the Harry Potter video games that have come out. Like, they're not really terribly great.
No,
but yeah, I'm down for that.
Though the mobile ones aren't terribly bad.
Terribly bad. Okay.
Are not terribly bad.
I heard terribly bad.
Yeah, I bet.
Okay.
Drink your fucking coffee. From the paper that our
take it again from the top.
Contributors own the Wall Street Journal.
Okay.
The Wall Street Bangers own the Wall Street Journal.
Well, they own all of media.
Sure.
From what I hear.
New Switch model to release second half of 2019.
This was something else that was like an offhanded rumor or some sort of comment, but like the second half of 2019, the Wall Street Journal, the Japan portion of that calls it there's going to be a revision of the Switch, probably like a better screen, better battery life, something like that. Like, but I mean, all these iterative consoles, that shouldn't be a surprise. But Nintendo really doesn't do it that often. So maybe that is a little surprising, but like, guess what? It's kind of a handheld. So like, for every 3DS, you have a 3DS XL or a new 3DS or a new 3DS XL or a DSi or a DSi Lite, so.
So this is going to be like the Nintendo Switch Mini or some shit.
Or like XL or something like that, you know what I mean? Like, it could go one of two ways.
Okay.
Big or small.
Oh, yeah. You want to go big, baby. Great, another classic. Game Boy Classic in the works, possibly.
There was a patent, so when people mention that things get like patented renews or whatever like that, it's really just so the company doesn't let that shit fall into public domain.
Right.
This one's a little different because it was an actual looking Game Boy like form with touchscreen stuff and stuff like that. So people are thinking that they're probably gonna be a Game Boy Classic or something like that with like a little more modern aesthetics.
Sure.
So we'll see what happens.
Sure.
Don't lick my elbow.
Better than
talking to the dog.
Better than your ass.
I guess so.
Oh, fuck, who cares?
It's a high energy, Tom. Come on.
Robert Kirkman's company, Skybound, to finish up Telltale's The Walking Dead.
You know who cares about this? Millions of people who've been invested for almost a decade of this video game. Okay?
Oh.
I'm sorry. Smash that bottle down your throat.
Yeah, I just deep throat a fucking bottle.
And nobody asked them to.
Yeah, well, I like to do things.
So no, but it's good because so the Skybound, that company, they want to get the original team back together. Not the original, the team that put together the Telltale's Walking Dead. The people who, like we mentioned in the last episode, literally just lost their jobs.
Good.
So let's. Oh my god. Yeah, it is good that they're getting them together and getting them employed and getting creative people an outlet and paying them properly.
Hey, fuck Telltale.
I'm talking about the people. I'm talking about the people. Though, Tom, I know for a fact if you work for one company, that company, the head of it, does not dictate the people in that company, correct? We both work for a corporation that went under. And it wasn't the people running it. Let me rephrase that. It was the people running it. It wasn't the people in the fucking pits. You know what I mean?
A little bit.
Oh, God, you're just being argumentative.
I am.
Got sour on that whiskey.
Whiskey sour. That's what you were going for, right?
No.
No? Okay.
Next.
Nothing in comics. No. No comics news lately, man. It's disappointing.
So, like you said, I'm really glad Comic-Con is getting back to their roots.
Eat a bag of dicks. You fucking nerd.
I heard that, actually, Spider-Geddon, the next big Spider-Man crossover, that's going to be more Miles Morales focused.
Okay.
So that's
I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Miles Morales, obviously, he was big in the PS4 video game. He's got that Into the Spider-Verse.
Yep.
Movie coming out in December. So I mean, popular before that, but now even more mainstream.
Absolutely.
So, hell yeah,
I agree.
Capitalize on that.
Yep. Sell
them. What?
Sell Miles Morales.
Okay. Yeah. No. Yeah. Okay.
New Spider-Verse trailer, which we actually just saw.
We did just see it. It was tied to the Venom movie.
Yes.
Venom.
Ugh.
Yeah, no, it looks really good. So
we were happy about that.
You know what's funny was that right before the trailer came out, Funko announced their line of Spider-Verse tie-ins, their pops to it, and they revealed Scorpion and what Spider-Man Noir looks like and shit like that. And everyone was like, "Oh man, you spoiled it!" Blah blah blah. Literally the next day, the trailer comes out with all those other information. So like, it was a little bit of a discommunicate. A little bit of a miscommunication.
Sure, yeah.
But yeah, so this looks pretty cool. So they're introducing more Spider-Men into the movie. So you got Spider-Man Noir, voiced by Nicolas Cage. You have
a great Nicolas Cage.
You have I think her name is Patty Parker. She's the anime one that runs around with the Spider Mech.
Okay.
Her and Spider-Ham, your boy.
Mm-hmm.
So they got those guys up in the mix, and you see a little bit of Scorpion, you see a little bit of this, see a little of that.
You see more Spider-Gwen, which is cool.
Yeah. But I'm super down for this, man. Yeah. Like, give this to me now.
The animation still throws me off, though. Like, really I still feel like every trailer, I feel like, why aren't we watching this in 3D?
Can I talk about? Well, we saw a clip. I'll put it this way: we saw a clip of the movie proper, outside of any trailer stuff.
Sure.
And it looks. You're right. It looks kind of stop motion-y a little bit. Like, it does seem a little like jerky, but I think that's what they're going for. They're going for that little bit of a quick look or something like that, And I wanted to see that movie instantly.
See, I forget. Did you ever watch the Neil Patrick Harris Spider-Man?
Yeah. That was on MTV?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The animation for this it kind of has that feel a little bit.
I guess, yeah.
Like where it's a lot, like you said, a little jerky and whatnot.
This is definitely a little more stylized.
Sure.
That one had one style to it, but this one definitely leans more heavily into the comic book stuff. I'm very excited about lost my train of thought. Go ahead. What's the next thing?
More Spider-Man news.
Oh, wait. I'm very excited about... I just found out the directors for this directed Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, which is one of my favorite animated movies in the last 5 years. Everyone should go see it.
You're a child.
And?
Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio looks pretty good. Look, I'm not gonna lie.
Got some leak footage and some leak pictures.
I want him to look shitty so I could shit on him.
Right.
But
you got nothing.
I got nothing. I mean, the only thing I could say is stop showing leaked pictures.
But I mean, they can't do anything about that. It leaks. It's called a leak.
I understand.
Unlike that Joker movie, which is just like literally like, here's a clip from.
You don't need to see the movie at all.
Yeah, seriously. We have people pissing boxes or whatever they do now. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't get it. One more Spider-Man news.
Why one more? Give me 5 more.
Yeah, sure, exactly. New Spider-Man costume in Far From Home has been leaked as well.
It looks like the Stark suit, but instead of like the blue, it's black.
Looks very. Right? I don't know. I get a very like it looks very superior Spider-Man because it's got the red and black.
Yeah, but
scheme.
when I saw it, I was like, that's the Stark costume, but just in black.
Yeah, I dig it.
They keep saying that there's some sort of stealth suit in the mix.
Sure.
We'll see what happens. We got about a year out before that comes up, I believe.
I mean, he's got to come back first from the Soul World.
You're right. Oh my gosh, yeah. What will ever happen to our boy Peter Parker?
I don't know. I hope he's okay.
All right, we got more Spider-Man news?
No.
Fuck.
That's
All right, give me something else, I guess.
Mega Man to get live action movie.
Yeah, that was a thing that happened. Where did this come from? This was a press release, I think.
Probably
Capcom
from Comic-Con.
Might have been. I don't remember. Yeah. But Capcom, I think they were talking about how good Mega Man 11 did, so they wanted to also piggyback that with, like, okay. Oh yeah, by the way, we got a live action Mega Man movie in the mix, which is probably not good news, but what are you going to do?
Honestly, though, if it looks like the trailer we just watched, Battle Angel Alita,
okay,
I'm down for it.
Yeah, it's probably not going to get that much love.
All right, cool.
That's not a James Cameron.
That we know of yet. I mean. That we know of yet. We don't know.
Neil Blomkamp directing Mega Man.
I'd be alright with that too.
That'd be interesting.
Sure. But yeah, I hope Mega Man's good. I don't think he's ever gotten a proper pull, so to speak.
Yeah, okay. What do you mean?
Like I feel like he never got like a proper outing for like a movie or anything.
Oh, definitely not. No, I mean he had that cartoon that came out in America,
which I dug. I was
down
for that
for what it was. Yeah, I was down for that. Then they had some animes and shit like that.
Yeah.
And they have this more recent CG cartoon, which I think people are okay with, but they're not. It's not the proper. It's not like it's not like return to form.
Right. It's not like it's not hashtag my Mega Man.
Right.
Gotcha.
Ancient Daddy's Mega Man.
Yeah. Rosie Perez to play Officer Montoya in Birds of Prey.
Yep.
Okay, Birds of Prey. For some reason, I was reading it as Batwoman. I'm like, that's gonna be weird because Batwoman and Montoya in the comics have a little
hey now
muff banging.
So who is Agent Montoya? Tom.
Agent Montoya? Officer Montoya.
Whatever.
Officer Montoya was a character who was first introduced in the Batman animated series.
Yep.
And then later brought into DC Comics proper.
Okay.
She then becomes the Question.
Okay.
Where I really don't know too much about the character, the Question. Okay. All I know is she, or he, whoever it is, wears a fedora, a trench coat, and has no face.
Right, no face, lady or person.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gender neutral, Chris.
Sure.
Gender neutral.
It's 2018.
Exactly.
So that's pretty cool, I guess.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I'm alright with that. I like Rosie Perez.
Yeah.
I'm down for it. Stuff that she's in. Aquaman trailer.
Yep. We just rewatched that. Bird Nation.
Man, that looks so good. It really does. I'm so stoked for this. Like, who would have thought that, an Aquaman, solo movie would just be like, wow, this looks like it's going to be really good. But then again, you look at who's directing it, James Wan.
Who directed?
Saw.
Oh, right, yes, okay, thank you.
Yes. He also did The Conjuring.
Okay.
So
this is in his wheelhouse.
Yeah. He also did one of the...
I agree to that. That was not true.
He also did one of the Fast and Furious movies.
There it is.
Probably let me finish before you try to make me look like a dick. You fuck.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be a successful making you like a dick moment if I didn't let you finish.
Exactly.
Right. So you got to look at it from my perspective.
Yeah.
Trailer looks cool.
Trailer looks cool. Movie looks cool. Jason Momoa, again, we've said it in the past, would be a perfect Kraven.
Yes.
But at the same time, he's also Aquaman. So that's going to be a fucking mess.
Well, I mean, that might not stop people from crossing over, you know what I mean? I mean, I know Aquaman's a little, he's definitely big in the DCEU, but you never know, man. That thing could belly up in a heartbeat.
I hope it... Oh, I see what you did there.
Oh, yeah. Wow, that was unintentional.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Fucking wordsmith.
Yeah. DC has gotten James Gunn to write Suicide Squad 2 and possibly direct it.
So yeah, speaking of, I don't want to say turncoats, but speaking of
turncoats,
getting sniped from big. I mean, not. There's no way a turncoat. No way. He got let go from one company. The other company was just like, well, you have an eye for this shit. You got a flair for this.
Yeah.
Why don't you help us out?
We don't give a shit about your tweets from 20 years ago.
Yeah, because that doesn't reflect the person he is now. So there you go. Yeah. Also, so that's exciting. That's probably the best thing to come out of fucking Suicide Squad. Camp.
I mean, honestly, you can recast everyone but Diablo and Harley Quinn, and I'll be alright with it.
Didn't Diablo die?
supposedly.
All right.
You know,
we just understand a Deadshot?
Huh? I don't know. Will Smith.
That seemed like it was just cast Will Smith in it. You know?
That's exactly how I feel, and I kind of feel like it was because David Ayer wanted him to do that movie Bright with him.
Okay.
So he was just like, "Hey, you want to do? Hey, buddy, I'm going to cast you in my movie, but you're gonna have to be in this Netflix exclusive movie, which actually was better than Suicide Squad."
Didn't see it.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Batista wanting to come over too now? Now that his boy's James Gunn, his man Tom's face is just priceless.
How about this? Yo, Russo brothers. Hit me up, Tommy_Cash. We can write something up to, kill off that dud Drax.
Okay.
Fuck him.
Who would you cast him in the DC universe, though?
A Wall.
A Wall? I'm not familiar with that character.
Yeah, he's just... That's all he's good for, is just standing there.
Okay.
You fucking dud. Fuck you.
So, like, legitimately, if you had that...
I was reading, like, people would want to see him as Bane. Which, I mean, would be kind of cool to see. Right. Killer Croc. I'd cast him as Killer Croc.
Oh, yeah, I can
cover up that stupid fucking face of his.
Okay.
Hero-wise, no one.
Right, yeah. He doesn't really have the build.
He doesn't deserve to play another hero. Because he's a fucking traitor.
Okay, relax. You gotta relax.
I don't like him.
I see. No, that was really hard to fucking...
I can't wait to... I can't wait to see his stupid face on Tuesday on SmackDown.
Yeah. Spoiler alert. All right. Yeah, what else we got?
We've talked that Evolution's going to be showing up.
In fact, this isn't coming out on Tuesday. I mean, this is coming out on Tuesday.
But we talked about the 1000th episode, last episode, which I listened to. Do you?
Yeah.
Did you listen?
Yes, I did.
Ryan Coogler to direct Black Panther sequel.
This should go without saying.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, it's cool that it's confirmed.
Yeah, Chadwick Boseman's coming back as Black Panther as well.
It also shouldn't be confirmed, but yeah. But I mean, he died in Infinity
War.
So spoiler.
You don't know what's going to go on.
That's true.
Definitely awesome. I'm happy about that.
Yeah, man. Bring in Namor.
We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to the casting of MCU to present day.
Yep. Television.
Iron Fist got fisted by Netflix.
I heard about that. I forgot to add that. I'm glad you added it in your own way.
Fuck. Oh, dude, I was drunk when I put that on. Yeah, whatever. I was hearing season 2 was great. I heard the fighting got 100 times better.
Which, I mean, 100 times 0 is still 0.
Well, no, like, because who did the fight sequences were the guys, were the group from Black Panther.
Oh, good.
So, they kind of knew what the fuck they were doing. Cool. Before we went on air, I was noticing that they said that it could get revived by the streaming service.
So this is the first time they've outright said no, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty big because, like, even Defenders, they were just like, man, there's nothing in the works. Mm-hmm. But now they're like, no more Iron Fists.
Honestly, I would say cancel Iron Fist, cancel Luke Cage. Give me Heroes for Hire.
That's what I wanted from the fucking jump, guy.
Give me Heroes for Hire. Yes. Well, that's what we all wanted, but that's not what we got.
Because, I mean, Luke Cage and Iron Fist, they're fine characters. Can they stand up on their own for... No. I mean, think about it. You just watched... How many episodes a season? 15?
Of what, Luke Cage?
Of just Netflix stuff. It was 15 or 12? 13? What is it? 11?
13 usually.
13? You just watched... If you saw both seasons, you just watched... 52 hours of those characters.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
They can't stand on their own.
Honestly, I'm surprised Jessica Jones did.
I think that Jessica Jones has a different vibe.
Okay.
Because it isn't necessarily all punchy. It's a little more...
Psychological,
sure. Exactly, yes.
Okay.
Whereas, and then Daredevil fits the more punchy stuff. Luke Cage does the brute force punchy,
mm-hmm.
and then Iron Fist does
the flippy
punchy.
The flippy punchy.
Spit in your direction. I spit in your direction.
Motherfucker. Yep. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I like I said, Give me Heroes for Hire.
Just put these characters in a movie. Like, make it, like, just, like roll them into fucking...
Just give us
I can't say
Maximum
West
Carnage.
Coast event.
Give us Maximum Carnage.
Give me Maximum Carnage, please.
You know, which we'll get to.
Especially after what I'm looking at now.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that.
Shawn Michaels to come out of retirement.
We're talking about wrestling now.
Yeah, sorry. Shawn Michaels come out of retirement at WWE Crown Jewel.
He wants that sweet
oil.
Saudi Arabia oil money. Built off the bones and backs of women and children and people who oppress their government.
I know people.
Yum, 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 yum. I lost my smile.
I know people.
Oh, there it is. Look at that. Look at those zeros.
I know people lost their shit when he, like, you know, got the adult haircut where, like, the ponytail.
You lived through Metallica, so you're okay. I know you're okay with that.
Exactly.
That's the classic.
I'm saying people lost their shit. He was on before the Super Showdown, though he was on Raw,
right?
And he got chokeslammed by Kane,
right?
His hat popped off. He's just fully shaved his head, completely bald now. He legitimately looks like a walking dick. He does. He looked like dude, seriously, like if they were gonna put like a slit down it, like the middle, it would look like the tip of a dick.
Right. Okay.
Straight up, like just horrible.
Wow. All right.
It's very funny with the Crown Jewel thing because I think it's happening a week before Evolution.
Yes, the all women.
Right. So
well, I mean, there you go. I mean,
this is kind of their way. That was the big thing with the first Saudi Arabia show was the fact that, you know, they're all about, you know, we're giving women a chance, but yet not one woman was on the show because of that culture in Saudi Arabia. Yes. So now it's just like, all right, fine. This is going to shut everyone up.
Oh, no, absolutely.
We're going to do a men's show and we're going to do a women's show. Which, again,
I mean,
we're gonna end up talking about Evolution eventually.
But with politics even aside, like even like guys like Sami Zayn couldn't go because of his ethnic descent.
Beliefs.
Yeah, exactly. And his beliefs, of course, yes.
Yeah.
But like, you know, it's shit like that, like, you know. Yeah. But I mean, whatever, culture, money, there's shit going on. Sure. Whatever. I don't give a shit.
Just wrestle.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up and wrestle.
Do it. Just do it.
Yeah, God knows
who. Lord knows this is not the hill I'm going to die on. So
I'm wondering who they're going to have him wrestle. I'm going to say Taker.
No, it's going to be a 2-on-2.
Oh, it's going to be the Brothers
DX versus Brothers Destruction.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've not watched Raw. Oh, okay. Like, I've DVR'd Raw, but then I'm like, I'm going to watch Raw. Nope, I'm going to watch a horror movie.
So it's going to be Triple H and Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker and Kane.
Okay.
You know, the fucking
that old
chestnut.
Yep, there we go. Etc. news.
Etc.
Toys R Us not going anywhere.
So
away.
Their assets got bought up by some other company, and they're coming out. They're rebranding as Jeffrey's Toy Box, and I think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be a standalone store like big time like it was. Like Toys R Us and Babies R Us.
It's going to be like a little store like the Toys R Us
Like a store
Express.
within a store sort of thing, yes.
Okay.
Am I wrong? Yeah, probably, but that's what I heard. And, that's interesting.
That was kind of like the whole, like, Hostess is going under, and now we're going to lose Twinkies. And yet Twinkies are still being pumped out. Like,
right, because I think someone bought the recipe, like Drake's or something bought the recipe, and but so they can still put that shit out under that brand. Yeah, no.
Which they have pumpkin spice Twinkies.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I've never eaten a Twinkie in my life.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Huh. Those little spongy bastards.
Why you look at me like that? Like,
I'm surprised.
You look like a Twinkie man.
You're a twink.
That's a slur.
Oh, if people are gonna get sensitive to anything that we say, then download, but don't listen.
Yep. There you
go. Right, and you can hit me up. Bring it up to me personally. Tommy _ Cash with a K, you twinks. Shouldn't have said that.
Nope. Moving on.
UFC is a joke.
Is that part of the news?
Yeah. Oh, okay. I put that again. Drunk.
Right.
So last week they had this Russian guy fight Conor McGregor.
Okay.
Conor McGregor lost, and this guy, like the guy who won, he jumped into the crowd and started swinging at members of Conor McGregor's fan base and team, apparently.
Okay. I heard that Connor lost. I didn't hear any of this shit, but
and it caused this huge fucking riot. People were just like jumping out of seats and like going on top.
That is
and
absolutely hilarious.
And it's like, it's funny because they're trying to build this like WWE storyline, but really piss poorly. Like,
well, I think what happens is a lot of the guys, they grew up with that stuff. They grew up with the spectacle of professional wrestling. They want to go to business for themselves. But I mean, here's the thing, man. You're gonna now want to see some sort of rematch or something, and that's.
But that's the thing, though.
Controversy.
There should be
creates
no
cash.
See, that's the other thing because like McGregor's just like, oh, I deserve a rematch. No, dude, you got your face pounded at you. He lost the match.
Everybody loves a comeback story.
There was no coming, dude. This guy. Apparently, there's video of this guy wrestling a grizzly bear.
I saw that. I don't know if that's real.
I don't know. I didn't see it. I only heard about it. I just report what I hear.
There you go. Journalistic integrity at finest at the RudeBoyz Power Hour Plus.
I go out on a hunch, like Eddie Brock.
Which we'll get to. But is that it for Blitzkrieg?
That's it for Blitzkrieg.
Alrighty.
Testicles.
All right, Tom. Tell me and the nation what you've been up to. You really threw me for a loop there.
That's what I do, baby. I finished Sons of Anarchy.
Okay.
It's my second run through. And every time I watch it, I catch I catch new shit like why he does what he does. Like the main character Jax does what he does. It's really good. I know I've told you several times. You and your girlfriend that you guys should definitely check it out. But I know, your girlfriend says it's too brutal for her, even though you guys watch Game of Thrones.
Right.
Very cool. I will keep pushing it on you.
Okay.
Like a motherfucker. And I finished Spider-Man.
You son of a bitch.
Even though I just because I fired it up while was waiting on you.
Yep, sure.
And I'm only at 75%.
But you finished the story.
I finished the story.
Right,
I'm only at 75% of the story.
You're shooting 100% it?
Oh, absolutely,
man. Or you're shooting a platinum it?
Huh?
You're shooting a platinum it, which I imagine would be the same, but I don't know.
I'm shooting to get all my costumes. Okay. All my shit. Oh man, dude, you gotta get on it, man.
I just haven't had the time.
Just like, come on. If you're not doing anything tomorrow, that's what you should be doing. Is playing some Spider-Man.
I understand where you're coming from.
At least for like 2 hours.
I understand where you're coming from.
And I know 2 hours on a Sunday is a lot to ask for.
Yeah, no, for me. Sundays
in general. Oh, dude, no, I know. It's day of rest. It's the Lord's Day.
Exactly, yeah.
And, but your Lord right now...
Okay, he's motioning to himself, nation.
...is telling you...
to
fucking play that goddamn shit.
I want to play it.
Because honestly...
I just don't have the time.
I'm telling you right now, if you don't have it completed, story completed by next episode, you're getting it spoiled.
You're out of your mind. There's no way I'm going to get that stuff. Tom, you and I, personal life, know what's going on in my schedule, so I can't get to that.
#, not my problem.
You son of a bitch.
No, I would never do that. You know that.
I know you wouldn't.
Or would I?
You wouldn't.
I could give you fake spoilers.
You probably, yeah, you could.
And I will.
Would you now?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. What have you been up to, my friend?
Oh, boy. So, what me and my girlfriend have been doing, we've been watching a lot of horror movies. But we're not going to talk about them. We're not going to talk about them at all. We're going to wait, nation. We're going to wait till... What?
I wasn't even going to mention that I've been watching horror movies.
Well, I want to because it needs to supplement everything else I've done. Because I have done things, and, that is definitely one of them. So... Okay. We haven't been watching Spider-Man. Wow. You got Spider-Man on the brain,
The day your girlfriend watches Spider-Man.
But we did, I mentioned we watched Spider-Man 3 recently, so that was that was a joy. We were doing that. I'm going to wait to talk about them until the next episode, which is going to be our spooky Rudetober Halloween episode.
Ooh, spooks.
And so let me talk about the non-horror movies that I was talking. Oh my God, I can talk about. So, rereading the Harry Potter series, we read Chamber of Secrets.
Well, that could actually go intertwine with Halloween.
Has some spooky stuff, absolutely. Witches, monsters, and everything like that. Yeah, absolutely.
Spiders,
Aragog. Yep. I don't really like Chamber of Secrets that much.
Neither did I. Even though that was the first one I read.
Really? You skipped Sorcerer's Stone?
Because I watched the movie.
Oh, so you're just like, meh.
So, like, my brother was like, yeah, it follows. And I was like, does it? And it, yeah, like, really. It did, but it didn't. You know, but... Yeah, Chamber of Secrets was actually my first one.
Yeah, like, I wasn't really... I mean, it had some good moments, but, like... no.
You guys are up to my favorite one next.
Yeah, we're reading Prisoner of Azkaban currently. We'll probably finish it up by next episode. And again, it's a book for children, but I'm an idiot, so I can't really read that great. So
I really...
There you go.
Oh, man.
What?
I want to read with you so I can do voices.
No, dude, that would be sacrilege to my girlfriend.
But
she
you
takes
know
this
me,
shit
I
so seriously.
I can do voices pretty good.
I was doing a Peeves voice. Peeves the Poltergeist. That was like the only voice I was allowed to do. It would just be
wow.
It would just be like, ooh, Harry Potter and Peeves the Poltergeist. That's pretty much it.
Okay.
Like, you know, and he's a C-level character in that book, in those books. So,
I say D.
Well, you would say D.
I even say a D level.
I also did start. So I'm a little couple days removed from October 1st. October 1st. I'm sorry, misspoke. I am getting back into my annual Halloween tradition.
Okay.
Of playing a Castlevania game.
Okay.
Which I can play portably, and I can play on the train, and I can play at my job site lunch.
Alright, so Nation, if you just saw the face I was giving him, that's why that was all about, because I was giving him this face like, oh, really?
You got
really,
time to play
bitch?
this?
You got time to play this, but you don't got time to play fucking
If
Spider-Man?
I could play, honestly, dude, if I don't want to be that guy, if Spider-Man was on Switch, I'd be playing it non-stop. But it's not,
it wouldn't be as good.
No, you're probably right.
The puddles would look horrible.
The puddles, actually, yeah, the puddles would look really bad. And why would I even purchase a game like that with bad puddles? But, so I'm playing Castlevania Circle of the Moon, a little backtrack for the nation. Castlevania Circle of the Moon, if I remember correctly, was a launch game for the Game Boy Advance. So, and I think it's also a sequel to Castlevania Bloodlines? Or that might be Portrait of Ruin. I don't know. It doesn't deal with the Belmonts.
Okay.
It deals with another family of vampire killers.
Hunters.
Yep, you're right. Vampire hunters with the vampire killer, the whip. And you're in Castlevania, and the gimmick for this one is I think it's called the dual card system or something like that.
Okay.
And you pick up cards along the way. You can mix and match them, and they can give you magic powers.
I'm out.
It's really not that hard.
I don't like...
It's really not that hard. Here's the deal. I've only picked up 2 cards, so I don't even know how hard it is, but it doesn't seem that hard.
But the thing, like...
I think it's literally just like A goes with A, B goes with B, C goes... Like, that's it. It's just different weapons, almost.
Like that, what is it? The fucking, Kingdom Hearts game that came out for the 3DS.
Way too complicated than this.
No, but you know what I mean? Like, how it was like, hey, you collect these cards, and...
Nope.
And
Nothing like that. Nothing
and
like
I
that.
was, as soon as...
There's like a finite of maybe 20 cards.
Okay.
And you pick them up presumably very rarely, or they're story-based, and I haven't even gotten my second set yet. Okay. But, like, you usually get one and then the other. You combine the two, and then that's it. Like, the only one I have is, like, you can make your whip a flame whip. That's it.
Okay.
If I get another set, maybe I can mix and match them. I don't know.
So can you make it a flame and ice whip, but then it would become a rain whip?
Can I tell you right now that those were the only ones I have, so I don't know. You're trying to make a joke, you're trying to get yourself over, and I don't appreciate that, especially on my time when you're asking me what I've been up to. And I've been telling the nation, who's been very patient with us, very patient with you. You know what I mean?
Alright. In my defense...
Yeah?
I'm about 5 years and a shot deep. Alright? Can you give me?
Fine,
can you give me a... Can you?
You gotta pass, that's fine.
And I have no food in my belly.
Oh. That's not true.
Very little food.
Very little. Okay.
Little
foodle.
Little foodle.
Also, the thing with Castlevania Circle of the Moon is that it being a launch game for the GBA, it's kind of the worst out of the GBA trilogy. The Jibba trilogy. So after that, you got Harmony of Dissonance and Something of Sorrow. Dawn of Sorrow, I think. No, Dawn of Sorrow was the DS.
Right, yes.
But it was Aria of Sorrow.
Okay, yeah. I played Aria of Sorrow on the DS.
Aria of Sorrow was good. You know what's funny? Well, you couldn't have because it was the DS game you wanted to play, right?
Right, but then, if I remember correctly, couldn't you put Game Boy Advance games into the DS? Oh, shit,
you just stepped it to me, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Those games are excellent. That's just why I wanted to start at Circle of the Moon, because like I can only get better from here.
Right, yeah.
This is why, because I also have Harmony of Dissonance and Aria of Sorrow. It's like a double pack or something like that, and the 3 GBA DS games. So there I am. I'll probably only be able to bang out one this month, Nation. But again, it being portable, that could definitely help. Got my GBA, got my GBA SP. I even got the Game Boy Player hooked up, so I can do that. The Game Boy Player was this attachment that went underneath the GameCube that you could plug GBA games into. And it came with a disc that would just read it, and then you could play Game Boy games on the television.
Way of the future.
Yeah, way of the future in fucking 2002. You know what, speaking of, because the GameCube got dusted off, my girlfriend is playing through one of my favorite horror games, and one of my favorite games of all time, Eternal Darkness.
Okay.
She got to basically the start of chapter 3.
Okay.
And man, that game is just so good. It is definitely obtuse. I played it when it came out.
Never played it.
It's really good. But see someone who. You done? You done down there? No, keep on scratching. Go right ahead.
Little DMX.
Go right ahead.
Hi.
You good? All right. So it's kind of hard to grasp because like it's a game of its time, definitely.
Right.
Story and atmosphere aside, the mechanics are clunky. There's no autosave. That was something that screwed me last time I replayed the game. Was I thought it'll just save at the beginning of each chapter, but no, you have to manually save every single time. Whatever.
Wrong.
Well, again, there was something that time makes fools of us all. So
you were young, dumb, and full of cum.
Probably, yeah. I don't know how to answer that. So, it's an excellent game.
Okay.
I don't think she's going to stick with it only because of the obtuse game mechanics. Like, the combat's a little wonky. She hasn't even really gotten to the magic system yet, so that might be a little tricky. But only because she's used to more modern things. That's it. Right. This is definitely going to take some time for her, and I don't know if that's going to be something she wants to get into, but she's definitely getting spooked in all the right spots, which is great. All the sanity effects and shit like that. We already ran into one where the screen went black, like a television got shut off, and then she's like, "What happened?" And then it came back on. So I was like, "Oh, look at that! You experienced the sanity effect. Like, here you go. Here's the game."
Introduce her to the Resident Evil series.
Oh God. Well,
especially the first one.
Oh boy, yeah, that was. We were talking about that. I think what started the conversation of her wanting to play this game was she asked me what the scariest video games I played, and I said I was like, I don't really play a lot of scary video games, but I really don't. But because horror doesn't do. I don't want to say oh, I'm too macho, but it's like I just get tense and I just stop. You know what I mean? I don't find any thrill to do those things.
Right? Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I told her, I was like, probably one of the scariest games I played was the Resident Evil remake.
Yeah.
But because it became so daunting, I don't want to play it anymore.
Right, yeah.
But not because I kept getting scared. It was just almost like I have to prepare myself to play this game, and I just didn't want to do that anymore.
It's like, I don't want to fucking have to look for this fucking sword key.
Exactly, yeah.
I just want to fucking go kill zombies. Right. That's all I want to fucking do.
Right, so yeah. So we were playing that.
Okay.
Well, she was playing it. I was just helping her navigate. Fun fact, also what we did was we watched a full playthrough of the game PT, which I remember you downloaded back in the day a couple years ago when it was available. If you missed it, Nation, check it out on YouTube. Definitely check out a commentary-free version of the walkthrough, which is what my girlfriend and I did.
Okay.
And it definitely helped. It was definitely spooky. What it was that it was a playable trailer for the it was a playable proof of concept for a new Silent Hill game. Yep, there goes Tom. Fall fast asleep.
Sorry, Silent Hill.
And but it was released under the guise of an independent horror game.
Okay,
that was it.
Yes,
and we played it. We didn't get to the end because first off, the game was directed by Hideo Kojima, who's absolutely obtuse and everything, and he's just like, you have to pause the game and find the menu and get the puzzle piece or whatever, and it was just like, how the fuck are you supposed to know that?
In our defense, the reason we didn't...
very drunk.
we were very drunk. It was after our pay-per-view.
Yep.
It was like 11 fucking 30 at night.
Yep.
And we're just like, and I'm on the controls. And I'm just like, and I was probably the drunkest out of all of us because it was my house. So I was just like, okay, cool. But, I don't know what the fuck I'm
definitely
doing.
Some good spooks. Definitely some good scares. Even like when I was watching it on YouTube with my girlfriend, I was getting chills because I was like, oh, I remember what happens here, but I can't, like, I'm just like, or like, you know, you walk down the hallway and you see just like a figure further down. And it's funny because like the person who's playing the game just stops immediately. And then they're like, I'm not going to go that way. I'm going to turn around. And then there's nowhere to go.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of face it and just go for it, which is what I remember we did.
Yep.
And it was funny, just like, you know, a bunch of beefy guys in a bedroom playing PT. Getting scared shitless.
Yeah, it was a scary game.
It was.
It was. I don't want to go back.
That's fine.
Ever.
You should. And you know what was fucked up was that it's off the PlayStation Store because there was some fucking bullshit with Konami and whatever. So like, unfortunately, I think you probably deleted it off of your guys' PS4.
3.
Was it available for
I had
PS3?
on the 3.
Huh. Either way, if it was deleted off the store and it was deleted off your system, can't get it back.
Yeah.
So it's a shame.
It is.
So that's what I've been up to.
Cool.
And that is all that we have been up to. We are now going to talk about Venom. Venom. I'm not going to do it anymore.
Please don't do that song. I fucking hate that song.
So we saw... How do you want to do this? You want to talk about Venom first or you want to talk about the movie first?
Let's talk about the movie first.
The movie, okay.
And then we'll talk about... And then we'll talk about the man himself.
All right, Nation. Obviously, RudeBoyz. Spoiler warning. Spoiler. Our fucking
deal with it, okay?
Yeah.
Deal with it. It's gonna get spoiled.
Yeah.
It's been out for a week. Go see.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
We'll put an air horn, okay?
Right. I can't believe they killed Eddie Brock. That's not happening. That doesn't happen.
I can't believe Michelle Williams didn't make her stupid cry face.
That's so funny, dude. I was telling my girlfriend about it. It was like every time Michelle Williams has to come up in some sort of conversation, you have to bring up that you hate her crying face.
Though she was wearing the whore Gwen Stacy outfit.
Yep, there it is. That's another one of Tom nice to shoehorn in his fucking bullshit.
My hatred.
Yep.
Like, dude, come on.
What?
Gwen Stacy's a dirty whore. You know she is.
All right, only because... All right, this isn't the Gwen Stacy cast. We're going to have to put a pin in this, all right? And you can get your Gwen Stacy hate after Into the Spider-Verse, okay? But now is not the time. The time is now for Venom. And we're going to spoil the shit out of it. You're
making me itch because I can't get it out.
There's not much to spoil.
No,
right?
There's not.
We'll tell the Michelle Williams thing. She assumes the symbiote for a little bit.
Yes,
which was that was surprising. Yeah, because that was a thing that happened in the comics.
Yes, and I think for as long as she had it in the movie, I think that's how long she had it in the comics.
Yeah, she was just kind of traveling it to Eddie Brock. Yeah. So let's talk about Eddie Brock. I thought it was all right.
I thought Tom Hardy did a very good job.
Tom Hardy does a good job in whatever he does.
As
long as it's not sleepy face or whatever. Yeah, you like him in.
I definitely Dark Knight Rises.
Tom Hardy.
Huh?
What is Tom Hardy here? I thought I saw him.
No, he's not here now. No. He's not here right now.
All right, fine. He was good in what he did. I sometimes couldn't pick whatever fucking voice he was doing, but I mean, you know.
After
Dark Knight Rises, who the hell knows anymore?
He definitely jumps, he'll cover up his accent, but then he'll, have it pop up again.
Yeah.
And you're just like, what the fuck are you doing, man?
Tom Hardy, what are you doing?
Yeah. What?
Is he here?
What's going
on? Did you
hear
him?
What's going on? How are you? We are Venom. It is kind of funny though that he played a character named Venom, and he also played a character named Bane who used Venom to make himself stronger.
Not according to Dark Knight Rises.
I know. It was painkillers. It would be very painful for you.
I'm just gonna leave. I'll keep the recording going. You just keep going. Tom talking to Tom. Tom on Tom. Tom talking to Tom. Talking to Tom.
We got some hot Tom on Tom action. You ladies love it. Josh! Ah, brother!
If you're trying to pitch a new segment on the RudeBoyz Power Hour Plus, it's working, and we need to talk about this
awesome.
at the next investors meeting.
I'm down.
So Tom Hardy did a good job. Riz Ahmed, who played the antagonist, what's his name? Cadence Travers? What is his name?
Colton Drake.
Colton Drake. Sure, whatever. I don't know.
Nowhere near what that name had.
I really had no idea. I don't remember anything at all.
Holy shit! Yeah,
But
you kind of looked like you were
job.
kind of dying. You kind of looked like you were falling asleep.
He did a good job because he was kind of like a very charismatic multi-millionaire scientist, like a Tesla guy.
Yeah.
What's his name? Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. He was just kind of very charismatic, kind of talking people into doing his stuff. Very a little unhinged. You could see him kind of coming off out of the woodworks. Everyone else though, like meh.
Yeah, I mean honestly, I was very impressed with Michelle Williams. I liked her.
I feel like it could have been any other actress.
How do you feel that? What about Venom himself? How did you feel about
that? I liked. So we were ragging on the CGI. I thought when the trailers came out and all the prelim stuff was coming out, it definitely had some good scenes in it. Like when Eddie Brock was talking to the Venom symbiote, and like it would kind of come out and talk to him. Like it did remind me of a lot of the older graphic novels in the past, like Separation Anxiety. Like he would literally be physically talking to the symbiote and not having like a conversation with himself or anything like that. That was cool. I didn't like. We were talking about this after the movie. Like I didn't like a lot of the mental conversations he was having. But I was able to equate that with like they were talking the same language in a way. Like why the hell would this alien creature care about looking bad in front of the security force or whatever, you know what I mean? But he's talking to a human being in his way of speech. So I guess that worked out, and it doesn't save that whole turd in the wind line, but whatever.
I definitely feel it was better than what I thought it was going to be.
What do you mean?
Like, I thought it... Dude, I went in there...
Expecting very little?
Hot garbage.
Okay.
It was... I went in there... Like I said, expecting hot garbage. I came out... I was kind of impressed.
Yeah?
I liked Venom. I liked the way he looked. I liked the way he moved. I liked the fact that it showed you the... kind of like his morphing powers. Like in the... like he was making like shields and whatnot.
Yeah, that was cool.
It was very cool how they did everything.
Yeah, that was something that was
Toxin was very cool to see as well.
Riot?
Yes, Riot. Had to double check my brain. Yeah. All right, calm down.
Riot was the main antagonist symbiote.
Yeah.
I thought all the effects were good. Mm-hmm. Definitely not as bad as I thought.
Still weird seeing Venom without the white spider.
It is, but they kind of made it work, like because he had like these like white veins just on his chest and stuff like that. So if that was something that they wanted to maybe figure out in a sequel or something, God help them. But yeah. So obviously, with my reaction was, this definitely seemed like a pre-MCU boom comic book movie. Because like it had the Eminem soundtrack, and it had a lot of like establishing like look, we have to establish this and that and this and that. Even though I felt like a lot of it was kind of getting pulled from whatever Spider-Man, like they didn't have to introduce you to Eddie Brock. You knew he was kind of like a down on his luck reporter.
Yep.
At one point, trying to get his life back together,
which he did,
and then hit rock bottom again. But, and that whole his fall from grace that isn't seen, like what happened in New York and the Daily Globe. I feel like that was a wink and a nod to being like, remember that kind of happened. That did happen in the Marvel universe.
Which he did work for the Daily Globe.
He did, yes.
And then he went to work for the Bugle.
Yes,
right. Okay.
That was.
I just wanted to double check that. Like they said the Daily Globe. They did, be kind of like, oh well, because we can't say Daily Bugle. Right.
Yeah. Which I'm I will burst as soon as Daily Bugle shows up. Like, there's no reason it should have showed up in all the reporting bullshit that happens in the Netflix things. There's no reason you should see a Daily Bugle, that you should not see a Daily Bugle building somewhere in the MCU.
I would love to see how they do it in the Spider-Man game on PlayStation. Yeah. Like, you have it you know, it's like a well-established podcast, much like this one. You know?
Right, which is kind of what I like. They did more of a modern interpretation of Eddie Brock. Like, he's more of like a... Oh, boy. He's more of a video journalist.
Yes, yeah.
Which is cool. That's fine, that's fine. But... And then they did the wink and the nod like that. But a lot of the stuff, like the soundtrack, like I said... A lot of the very minute, like, blink and you miss it continuity errors, like, between shot and shot. And just like, what? Like, do you want to talk about it?
Let's talk about our biggest one.
Let's talk about that one scene.
Okay. So there's this one scene where Colton Drake is talking to a bunch of kids about, like, you know, the way of the future and this and that.
Showing his charisma and stuff like that.
And there's this one girl who's, like, you know, raises her hand and her other peers go shh, and
the other kids,
they go, oh, don't, you know, he's like, oh, don't shush her, you know, and goes on this whole, you know,
this whole thing of like, you know, like she and I, we're like the same people, we like to question everything, and you know, we don't want to silence any sort of inquiries or whatever, some bullshit, whatever.
So then Dr. Scarif comes in, who's Colton Drake's right-hand woman.
Yep.
And she's just like, oh, okay,
you have to get ready for the interview.
You have to get ready for your interview. Right. And Colton Drake goes like this, goes, okay, Dr. Scarif is going to answer Allie's question.
Right.
And then you see Colton Drake and Dr. Scarif walk off together.
Yep.
And it's like, what the fuck you?
It's just dumb shit like that. So in my mind, when I was watching that scene, he was talking to these kids, which is, again, just a shot to establish, like, oh, he buys his own bullshit, basically.
Right.
And he's talking to kids because he's a friendly face from this, you know, pharmaceutical / fucking science division. So he's doing that. A kid asks him a question. He doesn't even make a note of this question. He's just like, no, yeah, like, we're good. Like, I'll answer anything you want because you and I, we're kind of the same. And da-da-da-da. And here's my pin. So he doesn't mention shit. Dr. Scarif shows up, says, like, oh, you gotta go.
Right.
So then he goes, oh, okay, cool. Dr. Scarif is going to answer all of your questions, and then leave together. So it was almost like, I have a question, I'm not going to talk about it. Oh, let me talk about it, and then let's get out of here. Like, what?
Yeah. Yeah, like, you know,
And it's little things like that like, honestly, nitpick. You will not see that shit in a Marvel movie.
I blame that on the director.
Who's the director, Tommy?
Ruben Fleischer. He did Zombieland.
Okay.
Gangster Squad, 30 Minutes or Less, which, I mean, he's had some Oscar winners. Santa Clara Diet. The Drew Barrymore, yeah. He did.
All right, so nothing insane.
Yeah, nothing like, oh my god, mind blowing. Like,
right, yeah. I mean, Zombieland probably be the highest, the most notable thing he's done.
He directed an episode of Between Two Ferns,
which is a YouTube show. Who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
So yeah, I mean, this dude he seems kind of like a dud and makes stupid mistakes like that.
This all goes to Sony just botching this silver platter of a. I don't even say franchise. I'm going to say this entire Spider-Man universe.
Sure, yes.
On their own, off of the back of thank you, Marvel, for boosting Spider-Man's prominence into... Right. Like, thank you for this, and the video game, and everything. Let me take one of Spider-Man's most iconic villains / side characters, and just... it wasn't a complete fumble. Wasn't a complete fumble, but it was like I don't know what I'm doing. Like, how?
It was hot potato. It was hot potato.
Sure.
But at the same time, it does give me confidence for other movies if they get these, you know, some better directors. Like I'm
not gonna lie, dude. I don't trust the directors because of Sony. You know what I mean?
Sure. I understand that.
You had Sam Raimi direct 3 Spider-Man movies. I don't want to be that person like, ooh, Sam Raimi, but like, you know, like he was a known director, he's a known quantity, who did 2 critically acclaimed Spider-Man movies and a third. then you had, what was it, James Webb or something did? Because, I mean, someone was just probably amazing. They probably got high and was like, oh, man, Webb, the Spider-Man director.
Yeah, exactly.
So, he did the 2 Amazing movies.
That's twice today.
Yeah, right? And so there you go. So, I don't think it's a matter of direction. No, I don't think it's a matter of directorial direction. I think it's a matter of production direction. Take a look at the DCEU. Like, you had people, you had Zack Snyder, you had Joss Whedon, you have James Wan, you have all these people
you have James
who
Gunn.
are in the mix. Well, we're not talking about then. We're not talking about the future. We're talking about what's been going on now.
We can't even say James Wan because we haven't seen the finished product.
It's going to be in a month and a half. It's done. You know what I mean?
Sure.
You're right. We haven't seen it, but you have these names of known people, and it's just a matter of not having that idealized universe that Kevin Feige has for the MCU. You know what I mean?
Sure.
You don't have that bigger picture available. Like, one of the big sticking points was Venom's rated PG-13.
Uh-huh.
If it was rated R, would it be any better? I don't think it would. If anything, it'd be more F-bombs. It'd be more like gore for gore's sake. But that's not the Eddie Brock they wanted to portray. They wanted to portray the lethal protector.
The down on his luck.
Exactly. What would he'd chomp a couple less heads because they're bad guys?
Yeah.
Like, who gives a shit? Like, I get that's what Venom does, but it's like, that's not the Venom they want to portray. And I'm okay with that.
Sure.
I also understand that they can't portray the Venom that they want because of the lack of having a 100% owned Spider-Man character.
Mm-hmm.
So they're in a weird spot. They did fine for what it was, but I can't even say, like, man, this could stand next to Homecoming, because that's where it should stand.
Sure.
Because that's the Spider-Man that is around. You know what I mean? Like, if they wanted to bust out Andrew Garfield or something like that and just be like, you know what, fuck it. This is our Spider-Man universe, and we can own the Spider-Man character, but that's not the MCU. The MCU is not one thing. Then, you know what? You're ballsy. Go for it. You know what I mean? How they did it, fine. Good,
yes.
Not great.
But going back to directors.
Okay, sorry.
You've
been on a mission, I say.
It broke, and I forgot to put this in Blitzkrieg. It did break that the guy, Antoine Fuqua, is going to be directing Kraven the Hunter.
Okay, this is
He
fine.
did Magnificent Seven.
Okay.
The new one.
Okay.
With Chris Pratt. He did The Equalizer with Denzel Washington. Training Day, he did. Which I thought that was David Ayer. Olympus Has Fallen.
Maybe Ayer wrote it. I don't know.
Maybe. Equalizer 2. He's done Southpaw, which I heard was phenomenal, even though it has Gyllenhaal in it. Which I'm gonna check it out because I do like boxing movies, as we've said. So I do have faith in Kraven.
So
this does give me faith.
So in addition to Kraven, does it give you faith in the Sony Spider-Man universe? Well,
they need a Spider-Man. If they're bringing in characters like Venom, like Kraven, they should have a Spider-Man.
I agree.
I mean, the only thing that I can see them doing now is that Kraven will be hunting Venom. Possibly. That's the only other thing I could see is why would you bring Kraven in? Or
to have Spider-Man.
Or if Morbius comes out first, he's hunting Morbius. I mean, I think hunting Venom is probably the better way to go.
Uh-huh. Well, yeah, sure, because he is more of a monster, and you could go a darker angle.
Sure. I mean, but I would love to see, like you said, bring Andrew Garfield in. Not Tobey Maguire. Bring Andrew Garfield in. Like you said, this is our Spider-Man. This has nothing to do with the MCU.
Right.
Or, fuck, maybe they're going to swerve it and Tom Holland shows up.
That's what I'm picturing,
And you have a fucking insane goddamn thing with Kraven hunting down teenage Spider-Man.
That's why a lot of the stuff is because of how the age Marvel wants to depict Spider-Man, which I'm super fine with.
Sure.
And that's how I think he should be always portrayed.
Okay.
Because that's how he is in kind of the comics, but whatever. is a young kid through the eyes of a child, not a child, but a younger generation looking up at, you know, the Iron Mans and the Captain Americas and the Fantastic Fours of the Marvel universe. So, yeah, it does make it hard for you to depict certain villains because of how dark they bend. You know what I mean? So, like, having a Kraven or something hunt, like a teenage Tom Holland, or even, like, having, like, a Silver Sable trying to get, or a Black Cat trying to get with teenage Tom Holland, kind of a little weird. You know what I mean? They did it in the Ultimate Universe, but
I mean, give me, like I said, you know what? I dug Andrew Garfield.
Andrew Garfield was fine.
As far as Spider-Man,
a lot of it comes down to the direction and the driving force of these movies.
As Spider-Mans go, I think it goes Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, Tubby.
I agree.
I mean, and honestly, Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland, it's very like.
I think Tom Holland killed it. So, if anything, it would definitely be a definitive first, second, third.
I still think
nothing against Tobey Maguire, but I just didn't.
Because with Tobey Maguire, you didn't get to really see the genius of Peter Parker.
His casting was almost like they needed
something quick.
Not necessarily quick. They needed something. What am I trying to say? They needed something legitimate.
Okay.
For this movie. So Tobey Maguire was a definite known quantity and a good actor. So they're like, oh, we can make him an action star. Okay. And like it's like, okay, sure, Tobey Maguire, fine. Yeah. You know? Like, yeah, like you wanted to get this Australian musical actor to play Wolverine. That worked out.
That worked out fantastic.
And then you want to get Ben Affleck to play Daredevil.
That didn't work.
So, and hey, you know what? Again, Tobey Maguire, it worked out. He's not my Peter Parker. # not my Peter Parker.
Sure.
But he's definitely somebody's Peter Parker.
Let's talk about the man himself, though. Venom.
Talk about Venom? Are we done with the movie?
I think so. I think we said everything.
Let's fucking spoil it, man. The one of the post-credit sequences. So this was... So they're definitely going in one direction for this. Definitely. Yeah. So the first post-credit sequence... The second post-credit sequence is a
scene from Spider-Man.
Which is wonderful to see. I wish I saw that movie as opposed to Venom. Not belittling Venom. It's just like that movie, Spider-Verse looks amazing.
It does.
Oh, God. The first post-credit sequence is Eddie Brock going to interview a serial killer who is Cletus Cassidy. He's not named, but he's in the credits. Named as Cletus Cassidy. Yeah. It's Cletus Cassidy. Played by, oft-rumored, but never 100% confirmed, Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
Red-ass mop top and all.
Which the funny thing is, it's like I was seeing this thing where like younger viewers were like, oh well, I don't know if because they're used to seeing Woody Harrelson in like the Hunger Games, and Solo if they saw go see Solo,
go see Solo,
or buy it. They're like, oh well, can this guy really like play this this character? It's like he was in this little movie called Natural Born Killers.
Sure, yeah.
Where he plays a serial killer. So right. No, he can.
I have no doubt with that, but that's definitely a different type of. You can't do an MCU Carnage. No. Like thinking about it, you just can't. Like to do Carnage proper, it can't be.
Well, Kevin Feige
like that.
Kevin Feige says he's down to do a rated R.
I know he's down. So someone else needs to make that jump. Someone else needs to make that.
Bring Blade in.
Blade, if they want to fully encompass Deadpool into the MCU, and okay. But you know what I mean? Yeah. Like already an established R-rated character. There you go. If they're going to do a Venom vs. Carnage or something like that, that has to be rated R.
Yeah.
It has to be. Only because
because of
Carnage is like the violence.
He'll read Carnage.
The violence they got away with in Venom was fine, kind of Carnage-esque, but if you saw Carnage do this, you'd be like, what the fuck? Like that's not Carnage, you know what I mean? I don't want to be like, not my Carnage. But like no, it's not. You know,
his origin story alone.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. He killed both his parents, killed his grandma, killed his grandma's dog. Like he's out
with
of his mind.
With a power drill.
Cletus Cassidy out of his fucking mind. So, seeing that, it was just like, all right, like I'm okay with it. especially the interaction between Cletus and Eddie Brock.
Sure.
In the
prison. Yeah.
And like, I'm just watching it and I'm like, okay, like this is where they're gonna go. So if there is a Venom 2, which I know it made a lot of money. It made more money than expected.
It's still going.
Critically, I don't know if they're gonna do it, but money, that's why there's 2 grown-ups movies, everybody. They're because of money.
Yeah.
This is probably gonna be a sequel.
Sure.
It's gonna have Carnage in it. It's gonna need to be rated R.
Absolutely.
Only again because of the more
adult.
I don't want them to be like, I'm gonna rip heads off and shit like that. But you need a couple limbs lopped off. You need something. There needs to be something to be just like the MPAA is gonna be just like, yeah, it's gonna be rated R. Not because it's grotesque and brutal and right in your face. It's not gonna be like Saw, but like just they gotta give him like a little more room to breathe.
Yeah, he needs to be like the Freddy Krueger / Jason Voorhees.
Exactly. Yes.
You know, without the kid touching.
Yeah,
which is the whole big thing of Freddy Krueger.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, like you need that brutality. You need him just like gutting someone. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Right there.
And you have to see it for a little long because he's a serial killer. He's a psychopath.
Yeah.
You can't just be just like impale and get thrown out and like you didn't see anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or here's my knife arms and I'm slashing you and everyone gets knocked away. Like there needs to be a little more. I'm not looking for gore porn. I'm just looking for. You need carnage. A little more. I'm looking for carnage. Exactly. Yes.
For carnage.
I'm looking for carnage. Yes. Thank you.
Exactly.
So what did you think about the movie, Tom? After all that has been said and done.
I dug it.
Okay.
As far as
a rating system, like out of 10. We need to come up with a rating system. I think.
Oh sure. Like 2 rudes up or something, or like 10, like 10 rudes or some shit. We'll come up with.
We'll figure it out. We'll have this conversation every time we talk about a movie.
Yeah, I know. It's usually because we've been drinking.
Yep.
I give it 7.5, 8 out of 10.
Okay.
That's pretty high. I mean, because this year has been flooded with comic book movies.
Sure. I'm not saying in comparison. I'm just saying on its own.
Oh yeah. No, 7.5, 10.
Okay.
7.5, 8.
Okay. I would probably say 6.5, 7.
Okay.
Because a lot of the stuff stuck in my craw, but like I like the Venom stuff.
Sure.
The Venom stuff was great. The Eddie Brock stuff was okay, but the Venom stuff was like good. Like I was really expecting bad Venom stuff.
Sure.
And it was good Venom stuff.
It's better than Deadpool 2.
God, you want to just always keep coming back to that. Disparage that.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's talk about the character himself, Venom, Edward Brock III. If that, I don't know. Do we need to talk about the origin? I feel like we've talked about it plenty.
Yeah, plenty of times.
Do we want to talk about Matt Gargan or Flash Thompson or any of those other jabrones?
We can.
Good, that's all on you because I don't really. I just gotta set you up for that. Obviously, so
Dick.
Venom stories.
Lethal Protector.
Lethal Protector series. Yeah, that was like his first big coming out, right?
Yeah.
Of his own like one shot.
When he first went to San Francisco.
Right. Yeah. So he was done. So this was post Maximum Carnage. He kind of, sort of turned a new leaf. It was.
Okay.
He kind of sort of turned a new leaf.
Well,
at the time.
Yeah.
Was it after Maximum? Oh, shit. I don't know.
I think he was still in New York during Maximum Carnage.
No, he was in San Francisco. Because Amazing Spider-Man, the 3rd chapter in Maximum Carnage, the Amazing Spider-Man one. Oh, don't even front, bro. He was in San Francisco. He saw that Carnage was running amok, and then he made his way over to New York. But timeline-wise, I'm not too sure. It was post Venom wanting to kill, like, murder Spider-Man.
He threatened to eat Parker's spleen.
Exactly. So this was definitely post that. So he was definitely chilled.
Yeah.
He was definitely doing what he wanted to do, and he was definitely on the side of good.
Yeah.
Even though he would, like, straight up murder bad guys, he was on the side of good.
Sure.
The Lethal Protector. Ooh. And obviously the Lethal Protector series deals with the Life Foundation. Or another company.
I think it was Life. Or
they
Light.
basically make 5 spawns from Venom.
Yep.
And makes the 5 Venom children, which would be the 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 spawns of Venom. Obviously, the first being Carnage.
Yes.
And yeah, they don't show back up until I believe Separation Anxiety, which is another Eddie Brock solo story. Obviously, Spider-Man shows up in Lethal Protector because you need the name recognition.
Sure.
And half of that is Mark Bagley art, which is
I mean, one of my favorite Venom.
Yeah, just keep talking.
don't know, you fucking started jerking off about Mark Bagley, so I thought you were done. But continue, please.
I wasn't done talking about Mark Bagley,
right,
but now I am.
No, continue.
No, so separation anxiety.
Keep it in your pants, though, this time.
Separation anxiety, it was like a 6 issue or something like that. Eddie Brock gets separated from the symbiote.
Okay.
The symbiote basically goes all around San Francisco trying to find Eddie, inhabiting different hosts and stuff like that. Eddie gets abducted by the 5 symbiotes from Lethal Protector. Okay. Basically, like, they're trying to look for help because they are not perfect bonds with their symbiotes. Okay. Scream hosts. Well, the hosts are not perfect bonds with their symbiotes.
Yeah. Okay. You didn't say that, but continue.
So they're trying to help that. In the meanwhile, someone's killing off all the other symbiotes. Oh. So they assume it's Eddie Brock. Turns out it was Scream, the yellow female symbiote with the hair. So like the big Medusa hair.
Oh, okay. I thought Scream was the chick from Maximum Carnage. Oh, that was Shriek.
That was Shriek. Yeah, right. different yelling verbs.
Fuck's sakes. Fuck you, Marvel.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. And then basically Venom and the symbiote, Eddie Brock and the symbiote get back together, and then they have some sort of like agreement, which is like something that goes on in Venom lore. What it is, I don't remember. But go fuck yourself. What were you gonna say, Tom?
I was gonna say, like, just how he when he first showed up and after he separated from Parker,
the symbiote.
Yeah. He from the bell tower, drips down onto Eddie Brock.
Yep.
He starts fucking just tormenting Mary Jane. Like,
oh yeah,
that's
we're talking about like Spider-Man leading up to 300.
Yeah, it was one of the most fucked up things. Like, he would like call and like, if it was like dark in their apartment, he'd be like in a dark corner just watching her like dress and undress, and I'm like, oh dude, you're a fucking weirdo.
Yeah, 90s were a little wacky with that shit.
As far as the symbiote, and the travels it's done to different hosts. Right. As you said, Matt Gargan.
So, yeah, Matt Gargan, former Scorpion. Yes. At the time, he might be back in Scorpion, I don't know. But at the time, he was the Venom.
Yeah, he got the symbiote from Norman Osborn when Norman Osborn created his Dark Avengers.
Right. Well, when he created Hammer, right?
Right, Hammer, but, he created his Dark Avengers.
So, I was actually reading that up because Marvel is looking to make a Dark Avengers movie. Which I'm sure they're looking to make all their properties movies, but specifically they're making Dark Avengers ones, which ties into the fact that the Skrulls are being introduced into Captain Marvel, and which really reinforces to me that Norman Osborn is going to be the new big bad.
Yeah, they need
for post Thanos.
They need to. Fuck. That's going to be a whole nother conversation of who to cast as Norman.
Again, I wouldn't know.
Fucking William Dafoe did so good.
He did a good job. I think the dude who did the Meachums in the first Iron Man, Iron Fist. That was like Norman and Harry. Yeah. Big time. Like billionaires, like one kid is trying to fill his father's shadow, and the other one is just like, you need to stay over there because there's a lot of shit you don't fucking realize. Yeah. But whatever.
I still love that when he's just flipping the whhole office off.
I don't know who you're talking about.
In Iron Fist Season 1, the kid.
I blocked a lot of that out. But I was reading up about the Dark Avengers. Apparently, Matt Gargan and the Venom symbiote didn't have a good bond, which caused that Venom to be more monstrous. Yes. Because I guess in order to compensate for Matt Gargan, because obviously Eddie Brock and the symbiote both hated Spider-Man and Peter Parker. Yep. So that's why they were a perfect bond.
It took a lot for Matt Gargan to look like, the black suit Spider-Man.
In addition to Norman Osborn apparently giving him a serum to help control and look like a fucking human being as opposed to a fucking straight up monster man.
Right, exactly.
Right.
I don't really remember how he got the suit off.
Off of Eddie?
No, off of Gargan.
Well to get him off of Eddie, because Eddie got cancer, right?
Yes.
So he had to sell the symbiote for money or something like that.
Right, yeah. I thought the symbiote left him because...
He was weak.
He became weak.
It was one or the other, or maybe it left him and then it got sold. Yeah, I don't really remember. Like at that point, that's when my comic knowledge is very phasey.
So then,
fuzzy, and hazy.
Then that's Matt Gargan, that's 2 words. After Matt Gargan lost the symbiote, however, and Hammer fell.
Right.
Thank God.
The symbiote went to Flash Thompson.
Right, because Flash Thompson was a corporal in the United States Army. Right. lost both his legs
right.
overseas.
Right.
But he still wanted to be like part,
Sure.
He still wanted to be there. And so he had the symbiote and he became Agent Venom.
Sure.
And it had a good relationship with him.
Because at that point the Venom symbiote was wanting to do good.
Yes, and it was really fucking cool looking because he looked like a soldier.
He looked like a heavy armored dude.
Yeah. So he would get the legs, he'd get his legs back and everything because the symbiote would heal everything.
Right.
But then once it would go off, he'd have no legs again.
Right.
So it's like kind of a fuck you.
Yeah, but I mean,
and they would limit his...
Also, like, who would you think would the new Venom be?
Yeah.
This cripple or non-cripple?
They limit his time with it because there was one point where he had it on for a while, and he started saying "we" a lot. Okay. So they were like, "All right, you need to pull off."
Right.
So then he actually joined the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes, it was. What did he have a specific name or something? It was like Space Knight Venom or something like that.
I feel like I've always known him as Agent Venom. Well, actually, before that, he was actually part of the Thunderbolts.
Right. Yeah.
Where Deadpool, Elektra, Punisher, and Red Hulk.
Oh boy. Okay.
Were on there. Yeah, that was a fucking fun team.
Thunderbolts I got into until my boy Mark Bagley stopped drawing it, and then I was like, I don't know, this art was gross.
Yeah.
I'm that guy. Like, for video games, it's to be a graphic horror. Like, if your comic doesn't have good, appealing art to me, I can't get into it.
Yeah. That's. We'll talk. I'll tell you one of my worst comic book guys ever.
All right.
So then he was part of the Guardians of the Galaxy for a while. They did this whole story where the symbiote actually went onto each member of the Guardians.
Oh, really?
Like, so Rocket Raccoon had it. So did Groot. Quill had it. Like, they all had it at one point. And then there was one point where he was like Flash Thompson was wearing it like a cloak.
Well, can we put a pin in that conversation real fast? That reminds me of a more recent Venom arc that I read, which was called Venomverse. Okay. Which is a play on Spider-Verse. Mm-hmm. And I also read Edge of Spider-Verse. And I remember talking about this in a previous podcast episode. But it does deal with a lot of different universe Marvel characters who all got infected with the Venom symbiote. Okay. So you have like a Captain America Venom.
Sure, yeah.
Or let me say Venom. A Venom Captain America, or a Venom Deadpool, or a Venom Rocket Raccoon, or Venom Doctor Strange. And they all have to come together for one greater good. It's a real short storyline, but it's good to watch. It's actually a 3-parter because I think it's Venomverse, Edge of Venomverse if you want to see that. Venomverse, Poison X, which is a team up between Venom and the X-Men Gold, the original 5.
Okay, yeah.
Time displaced, and Venomized.
Okay.
And yeah, definitely check it out. But
okay, cool.
What else were you saying as far as Venom stuff?
They did this whole thing where they actually went to the Venom planet.
Okay.
Clintar or something.
Sure. Yeah.
And you find out that the Venom symbiote, it's actually damaged. Like, that's why it needed someone to be, why you always need to be bonded with someone. So they end up coming, it ends up coming back, and it attaches to this homeless guy who is just, he's kind of an asshole. Like, he abused the symbiote.
Sure.
And then eventually it left him and
went to Eddie.
Went back to Eddie, nice. Who is the current
Venom,
the current host. So, and
obviously Venom had a brief stint as anti-Venom, which we won't really get into.
They're doing this book right now called Venom.
Yeah, so a lot of more modern.
I talked about last
honestly,
week.
the more modern Venom stories, they're almost like just straight up ripping up the foundation of Venom storyline, but still making it work in the continuity. Like dealing with almost like an elder god on Clintar, who was like the main host or something like that, and like all these other things going on like that. So it's not like they don't seem to be tacking on new lore. They're almost like rewriting it to be a bigger picture.
Okay.
Like basically, like I think Odin fought that one dude or something like that, and hence why the symbiote landed on the Battle World planet or something like that. It's crazy, but they're making it work, and people who are reading it are loving it.
Yeah, no, I know everyone that I know that has been reading Venom is the one book that they have been dropping, and they've been dropping so many books from Marvel because Marvel just price gouges their books.
Neither here nor there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Venom, always got a soft spot for. Loved him in the animated series.
Yes.
He was voiced by, he was voiced by somebody. Was it Hank Azaria or something like that? He was voiced by someone known.
He was voiced by a human.
Very good. Really? Not a robot? Or a bird?
How is
something
that?
Like that?
How is that animated series?
I watched it recently. Told you.
Did you?
Scumbag.
Scumbag.
He was voiced by somebody. I forget. But he was good in that. Alright, so I like Topher Grace's portrayal as Eddie Brock because he was definitely an anti-Tobey Maguire. You know what I mean? Like if you want someone similar build, I didn't like his portrayal of Venom.
Right.
But I liked his portrayal of Eddie Brock because he was an anti-Peter Parker.
Okay.
That's as far as I'll go for that. You're looking up the voice actor because you want to... Oh boy, little DMX losing his mind.
Little DMX going crazy. Spider-Man 3 just has such a...
Spider-Man 3's got...
horrible spot for me.
Yeah, it's got bad problems everywhere. But
and it just...
I thought I didn't have a problem with Topher Grace portraying Eddie Brock. That was it.
Sure, well that was very... those movies, the Sam Raimi movies, were very... they went... very Ultimate Universe, giving him the organic webbing.
Yeah, you're right.
I fucking hate the organic webbing. Hank Azaria.
Yeah, buddy.
There you go.
I know my shit.
I'm impressed.
Thank you.
Mark Hamill did Hobgoblin.
Yep, which is almost cemented why I love.
David Hayter
David Hayter voice?
Cap.
Oh yeah, right. Captain America shows like season 3 or something.
Oh shit,
like
Don Stark did Rhino.
Who's Don Stark?
He's on a show you wouldn't like, that 70s show.
You're absolutely right. Speaking of Topher Grace.
Yeah.
So that's I got nothing else to say about Venom. What about you?
Venom?
Venom
is good. Venom. Just going back to the movie real quick, I did like the fact that they put,
It's gonna be a spoiler because I have to tag it.
Fuck it.
Oh, God. Alright.
Jameson. How they were like, oh shit, that I shouldn't, that's
You didn't
Jameson.
catch that.
I didn't catch that the first time.
Viewing.
Yeah.
I caught that immediately once I said Jameson because I don't want to say I'm used to the animated series origin of Venom, but like that's how they brought that in without bringing in Secret Wars. Basically, a space shuttle got some goop, came back to Earth, and that was it. One of the astronauts was J. Jonah Jameson's son.
Right. When I first watched
he became Man-Wolf.
When I first watched it, though,
you didn't catch that.
I didn't catch that, and I saw it in IMAX, so there was just so much shit going on. So
saw it in IMAX. Ugh.
I was not
a fan of IMAX.
Yeah, I'll take IMAX over IMAX 3D.
Okay, I guess.
So, all right. Yeah, I was just looking up that movie Life because I know that they were.
Yeah,
like,
that was
that was
a rumor at the time.
Exactly, and I was just thinking if any characters were named Jameson in it. So.
I'm guessing no.
No, they weren't. I would have been like, oh shit, there he is.
Oh shit! So that's
it for Venom.
That's it for Venom. And that's it for us today, Rude Nation. We're gonna wrap it up. Thank you so much for hanging in there, getting in on that Venom talk, baby. And so next episode. Oh man, it is the ultimate Rude-tober episode for you, Nation. Halloween is going to be that week. Once this releases, it's going to be spooky. We're going to talk about all spooky stuff, spooky movies, books, television shows, video games, the whole 9 yards. Get ready, wear your costumes, listen to it, get scared. Get scared, everybody. Get scared. If you want to hit us up on social media, tell us anything about Halloween stuff, your favorite... Oh, man, your favorite spooky things. Let us know. Hit us up on Twitter.
Come on, Nation. You've been way too quiet lately.
I know.
Hit us up.
Yeah. On Twitter. At RudeBoyz469. You should follow us every day this month for hashtag RudeTober. We are highlighting a special horror thing. Video games, television, movies,
books,
actors, artists, cereals, Everything.
Lores. Yeah. Myths. Whatever.
Everything. We got it, man.
Let us know let us know what state you're in and what what's your what's the biggest urban legend in your state.
That would be fucking hot, man. We'd highlight the shit out of that, bro.
Like here we have the Amityville Horror House.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, we got the fucking that Chernobyl dog. Not Chernobyl. The 3 Mile Island. Plum Island. We got a bunch of wacky shit on Long Island, alright? Don't even talk about it. Alright? So we're doing that on Twitter exclusively to you, Rude Nation. Other social media aspects, though, oh, don't you worry. You're on Facebook? Why don't you just go to facebook.com/RudeBoyz469. Like and follow that page, baby. You can get all of our fucking shit that we send right there. You know what else we got, Tom?
Shit, I think we have a YouTube.
We have a YouTube? Oh, I knocked the coffee over. Oh, my God. bit.ly/RudeBoyz, RudeTube, all lowercase. That brings you right to the YouTube page. That brings you right to our episodes that cross-post from our Podbean network, which would be rudeboyz.podbean.com.
Flick it, bitches.
Tommy wants to flick that bean. And if you want to hit me up on social media proper, that is at Tesherms, TEH_SHERMS. Also go to eBay and search for NEUTRINO64. Buy my shit. Tom?
You can get me at Tommy_Cash with a K. I don't have any shit you can buy, but ladies, I'm always available for you.
Got the meat for you. And that'll do it for us, RudeBoyz. So Rude Nation, we're gonna sign off. Tommy, anything else? Happy Venom Day. Can't say Happy Halloween because we got one more episode. So
have a great day.
Have a great day.
This has been a Wall Street Bangers production.